Hello, everyone, and welcome to the test Secrets of the Soul. Now, this isn't a traditional game. This game is more like an introspective look at yourself. It's going to ask questions, I'm going to answer, and we're going to see what it has to say about me. Currently, it sits at very positive reviews on Steam, and it is free to play. Every angel has a demonic past, and every demon has an angelic future, if one so wishes it to be. Madman. You find yourself on the inside of a desolate chapel in the throes of a midnight storm. The rain pelts the windows like falling stones, and the wind rages on as the chapel doors tremble. After a quick glance around the room, you hear a low, grizzled voice growl at you from the darkness, beckoning you in. Oh my lord. Got something caught in my throat. Well, hello, Wanderer. It's a pleasure to find you here. I'm in from the rain. I'm sorry, but if you look like that, I don't think I would. Rest your weary bones, for we have much to talk about. Looks like the storm is going to last a while, Wanderer. Make yourself comfortable. Don't think you'll be going anywhere for some time. Sounds sketch. We should find something to pass the time, don't you think? Perhaps we should get acquainted with one another. I'd love to learn all about you. Sure, your soul is full of stories, Wanderer. I'll bet you have delicious secrets deep inside, too. I have an idea, ... Sounds like a middle schooler trying to touch a girl. I'm going to ask you some questions, and you're going to answer them for me. Very, very honestly. Just give me a hug. That's all I want. That way I'll have the opportunity to get to know you. This guy seems sketch. My facial animations. The real you. Now, don't lie to me, Wanderer. No one likes a liar. In the end, I will tell you what I see. Deep, deep within your soul. Doesn't that sound like fun? Let's get started, shall we? Make yourself comfortable as we delve deep into your mind. Jesus, man. I thought we were going to begin like 5 prompts ago. Now. Do you know what the meaning of life is? Absolutely not. Do you believe beauty is ageless? Yeah, I can do that. Do you believe a human being can produce something perfect? That's an interesting question. We're talking in terms of like, you know, if I was hand knitting a scarf, the scarf could come out perfect. In terms of like making another human being, like I believe my daughter's perfect. I'm gonna say yes. I believe it's possible. Do you believe inspiration can be created by oneself? The inspiration itself, because like the epiphany of inspiration is by oneself. Like something inspires you, you've had the epiphany of the inspiration because of yourself. But the actual inspiration itself could have been something created by someone else entirely. But because you gazed at it or heard it or listened to it, the inspiration just showed up. I don't know, man. I think so. Because I believe there are plenty of people who have sat alone somewhere in a room with no outside influences and just sat there and cried until they decided, I don't want to do that anymore, and then just got up and kept going. Like, I believe you can find inspiration in yourself. Would you say art is an integral part of life? Absolutely. Would you consider yourself to be a talented individual? I don't consider myself, no. Do you believe being beautiful is an advantage in life? Absolutely. Do you think you care more about your own appearance than others care about your appearance? Oh, I care way more. I promise you. And as always, if you hear my dogs in the background, that's them having a blast. I definitely care way more than other people do. Like, do you believe art can be judged? Gosh, man. These are some decent questions. Do you believe art can be judged? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna say yes. Because you go to watch a movie, you personally judge that movie if you like it or not. You judge every aspect of that movie, or at least the overall aspects that make it enjoyable or not enjoyable for you. When you look at a painting, you judge if you like it or not. If you listen to a song, you judge if you enjoy the vocals, the instrumentals. All that is art itself, so I believe so. Do you believe people should be judged? I feel like the wording of that could be differently, because if we're talking in terms of like how someone looks or how they sound or something they can't really control to a huge extent, I don't believe that should be judged. But in terms of like, yeah, you killed someone, yeah, that you can be judged on. Yeah, I'm saying yeah. Do you believe there are certain things that exist that we cannot perceive with our senses? Absolutely. We already know there are. If you don't agree with that question, even if you're a science person, like you don't even believe in religion at all, molecules we cannot observe by our own eye. We have to use special equipment. So boom, already, yeah. Would you say that you often lack motivation? Often, as in a more than 50%. I want to say, gosh, man, this one really does feel like a 50-50 for me. Would you say that you often lack motivation? Like, I have good motivators in my life. I feel like my lack of motivation isn't there, but my... Oh, man. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I often lack I don't think I often lack motivation. I think I often don't act on my motivation. Do you believe originality exists? Yes, absolutely. Do you believe your imagination has a limit? No, I do not. Do you believe insanity is the key to being a genius? I mean, that's because it really depends on how far you would define insanity. Because if you're going like, oh, he's thinking outside the box, he's insane, I don't think that should really be qualified as insanity. But if you're talking like way out there, like gotta kill these people so the blood can raise the dead, like, yeah, that's crazy. But like, they also found a cure for cancer. Take the good with the bad there. I don't think so. Man. These are good questions. I'm liking this. You believe insanity is key to being a genius? I don't think so, because there are plenty of geniuses out there that aren't insane, that even though other people are doing the exact same thing, they're still technically a genius because they can do it too. So I don't think so. No. Do you believe that one day the world will speak only one universal language? Ooh, no. I at least not in my lifetime, and not any time soon. No, I don't think that'll ever happen. Man, that'd be crazy if it did, but no, I don't think so. You believe society shape people? 100%. I believe nature over nurture all day. I believe that if you are born there, you live there, and you were raised in that society, you will, in fact, be more like that society. I was born in South Mississippi, so you can take a wild guess what that society did to people like me. I mean, it's completely different than if you go to California or New York. You believe time erodes achievements? I don't. Erodes is a good word for this because it means to slowly chip away, basically. And time slowly chip away from the achievements that were once so grand to everyone. Like, I think they had the Oscars or something not too long ago. And like that Oscar 3 years from now, I mean, nobody's probably gonna give a crap about it. I do think time erodes achievements. Because there are a lot of achievements out there that are insane to think people accomplished that and actually did what the achievement says they did, and then nobody talks about it, like, ever. Like, there was one, what's his name? Russian, during the Cold War, who, the Russians, meters and all that were going off saying that the U.S. had launched intercontinental ballistic missiles, and he alone made the decision not to fire nukes back at them, even though it was a false alarm. He didn't know that. So he could have single-handedly ended the entire world and instead chose to save it. And instead he would have lost all of Russia to save the rest of the world. And nobody ever talks about that. It's crazy. Look it up. But yes. Do you believe you possess free will? I have thought about free will to such a large extent that I believe we possess some form of free will. It might not be 100%, but I do believe yes. Do you believe you are a self-fulfilling prophecy? That one's real deep. So, let's do this real quick. Let's go here. Self-fulfilling prophecy is a prediction that comes true, at least in part, as a result of a person's belief or expectation that said prediction would come true. So, do I believe that I myself am a self-fulfilling prophecy because of my own belief? No, I don't. Do you believe some problems cannot be solved? Absolutely. There are some problems out there that we cannot ever hope to fix. You believe in the existence of karma. Ooh, karma. That's a good one, because everyone wants to believe there's something out there that is like keeping in check to some degree. Because I don't know. Because you can call it karma, you can call it balance, you can call it anything. I just don't know if I would exactly say I believe in the existence of karma. I don't know. I'm trying to think in a way that makes sense to myself before I can explain it out loud in a way that makes sense to an audience. I believe that when I do something bad, I feel bad. And because I feel bad about something I've done that was bad, I deserve it when the next bad thing happens to me. And I take that as either cosmic karma or my own self karma, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with yes. Do you believe you can accurately measure a person's success in life? Monetarily, yes. Self-worth, like how you personally feel about yourself and your success in life, no, I don't think you can measure that. But like, yeah, you could put my bank account up and you could be able to tell, oh, this person is not that successful. But like, I love where I'm at in life. Like, I have a beautiful home, beautiful family, beautiful dogs, and I measure that success as that. Yeah, it can be measured. So I'm going to say yes. Have you achieved everything you want in life? Absolutely not. I'm 27 years old. Have you ever experienced a miracle? Yes, I have. Yes, absolutely. On March 16th of 2016, I was hit by an 18-wheeler and walked away without a scratch. Went off the road and everything. Would you say you dream often? I dream, but not often. Most of the time, I sleep and then wake up. That's it. I don't remember anything in between. Very little do I dream, or if I do, I don't remember the dreams. Would you say you were plagued with nightmares? No. I rarely have nightmares. Are you sometimes afraid of yourself? I have never been afraid of myself. There is nothing I've ever thought to do to myself that made me like genuinely scared of what I might do. So, do you believe you've made an impact on this world? Absolutely not. Most people will not make an impact on this world, and I don't think that matters. I don't think that has anything to do with how you should perceive yourself at all. The impact on the world doesn't matter. Just, you don't have to. I don't care if I'm remembered 2 generations, 3 generations from now. I'm just happy to have been here and lived and been able to do what I wanted to do. That's my impact, is being happy. Oh, I meant to say... I can't remember how it was worded. Would you consider yourself to be... Oh, crud, I hate that I can't go back. Would you consider yourself to be a rational individual? I try to be, so yes. Do you believe you always have full control over your own actions? No. I believe that absolutely emotions can take full control, if they're heightened to like a huge sense. Like you just watch somebody like shoot your child. You would be perfectly okay with the actions that you're about to do, but you probably wouldn't expressly know you're the one doing them. It would be your emotions leading you. So I don't think you're always in full control of your actions. And plus, we've seen it time and time again, drugs taking over people's heads and all that jazz. You believe everything in life has a purpose? I kind of split on this one because I believe there's a reason we're all made, but I don't believe that reason always comes to fruition. Like, a kid could be born to cure cancer and then be shot in a drive-by when they're 3. And so, created with a purpose, but not finished with a purpose, if that makes sense. It's a really weird concept, and I wish I could go into it more, but this would be a very long video. So I'm going to say yes, just for the sake of this video. Have you considered yourself to be a fearful person? No. I don't think I'm very fearful. Do you have any regrets in life? Absolutely. You say no, you're a liar. You feel like anything is holding you back in life? No. You ever been heartbroken? Of course. You ever broken someone else's heart? I guess. Not really a heartbreaker. Do you believe in destiny? Man, destiny's a weird one because you can kind of gauge a lot of what could happen in someone's life because there's so many people that have lived similar lives. I'm gonna say no. I don't believe in destiny. You believe the future is unpredictable? No, I don't believe it's unpredictable. Do you believe all things in life are connected in some way? That I do believe. Would you consider yourself to be a prideful person? Yeah. I have none. Would you consider yourself to be a vindictive person? 100%, brother. Would you consider yourself to be a loving person? 100%. Would you say you usually learn from your mistakes the first time around? Since becoming quote-unquote an adult, absolutely. Do you believe that true equality exists in this world? No. There is no such thing as true equality. It will never happen. Do you always treat everyone you meet fairly? No. Try to, but don't. Do you believe you've always been treated fairly? Absolutely not. Do you believe you can escape change? I mean, you technically could if you... but eventually... No. You ever prolong simple tasks you know you ought to get taken care of? Absolutely. Do you believe the end always justifies the mean? Absolutely not. Do you ever use harsh words when speaking to others? Yep. Would you consider yourself to be a resentful person? I don't think I necessarily am resentful. I just would like to get payback. Are you putting your best effort into shaping life the way you want it? Absolutely. Do you believe you've made many mistakes in life? Absolutely. Are you willing to try anything once? I say this to my wife all the time. I'm willing to try anything once. And so I most often do. Do you have a pretty good understanding of who you are as a person? No, I don't think I do. Have you ever felt like life may not, at a time in my life, yes. If your best friend was dying and you were the only one who knew, would you tell them the truth about their condition? Yeah, absolutely. If your best friend was dying and you were the only one who knew, would you tell them the truth about their condition? I'm so confused on why you wouldn't. If your best friend was dying... I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing a word here. If your best friend was dying and you were the only one who knew, would you tell them the truth about their condition? I guess this is supposed to be like if you tell them, they're just going to be upset the whole time until their death, or just don't tell them they're going to die and let them live the rest of their life in unknowing happiness until their death. That's a great one. If it was worded like that, I'd be a little more different. But this just says, would you tell them the truth? Absolutely. Sorry, Will, you're gonna know, buddy. You believe assisted suicide should be permissible? Absolutely. I believe that if you want to die and all you're doing is actively looking for ways to die, and you're going to make that happen 100% no matter what, nobody can ever change your mind, no matter how much therapy or help you've had, then yeah, just make it easy for him. Why not? Or like if I live to be like 92 years old and I'm like bedridden, forcing medicine down my throat every day, like I would want, if I could have the choice to be given the option, possibly, who knows? So why not? If you don't need it, it'll never come up. Have you ever wanted to live forever? Who hasn't? Who absolutely haven't? Have you ever questioned why you exist? Who hasn't, brother? What is this? Do you believe your life has value? In terms of overall worth in the world, no. Have you ever doubted your own existence? Absolutely. Would you consider yourself to be defective? Everyone is. No one's perfect. Do you believe good can exist without evil as a contrast? Well, personally, I don't believe there needs to be a contrast. Good can exist if there was only good in the world, but people inherently aren't good, and so it has to be something, but it doesn't necessarily have to be evil. Evil's just what, by default, is picked. If that makes sense. It's a weird way to explain it. Yes. Have you ever felt like you were placed here for a greater purpose than which you serve? At no point in my life have I ever looked at myself in the mirror and said, we're gonna save the world. No, thank you. Would you consider yourself no, I am not violent at all. Would you consider yourself to have a dark mind? Absolutely. Would you consider laughter to be the best medicine in most cases? Yeah, laughter usually helps. I'll give it that. Who did not love you in return? That is 100% true. Have you ever wished to be loved by all? No, not by everyone. I mean, I've never wished for that. I've thought about what that would be like. Like, oh, everyone I walk down the street just says hi to me. We love you. We've missed you. No, I realized that would be awful. That would be so bad. Like, I want to know 1 in 50 people when I walk down the road, not all these people. Do you still? Yeah, 100% I could live a happy life. Are you initially afraid of letting others get close to you for any reason? No, not really. I don't really care. I don't try to actively meet new people. Do you have any nervous tics or ancient quirks that you know of? I mean, everybody naturally, when they're anxious or nervous, like, I'll tap my foot, I'll click my fingers. I'm like, yeah, we got small ones. Oh, 100%. Yeah, that is the best way to do that. I love them. Yes, I can find peace among chaos. Do you believe that you have peace in your life at this very moment? No. Have you ever feared that perhaps you have a grim future? All the time. Ever since my daughter was born, I have thought about death almost daily. Have you ever been overwhelmed with a sense of dread or impending doom? Absolutely. Would you say that you have many friends? No. Would you say that you have many enemies? No. Have you ever trusted someone entirely without question? Absolutely. Do you sometimes believe that you're destined to be a hero? No. Do you sometimes believe that you're destined to be a villain? No. I just want to be there. If you had superhuman powers, would you use them exclusively for good? I would try, but probably not. You often find beauty in those who cannot find beauty within themselves. I'm not actively looking for beauty in anybody, but I guess oh man, do you often find beauty in those who cannot find beauty within themselves? No, I don't think I do. I'm not actively looking for anything in anyone at any point in their life. I meet you, and if you're nice to me, I think you're a good person. That's all there is to it. You ever have difficulty finding beauty within yourself? Absolutely. Who doesn't, brother? Do you believe that sometimes suffering is a necessary part of life? I don't believe it's necessary. If humans could go without suffering and there was a way to do it, absolutely. You don't need to suffer to understand pain. Yes, absolutely. Have you ever caused someone to suffer unnecessarily? Do you believe that torture is ever justified? Yeah, sure. I agree with torture. If I have 80 kids locked up somewhere running out of oxygen, and your only method to get their location out is to torture me, by all means, go for it. Have you ever felt like life is torturing you? I guess there were instances of days or weeks where it felt like it was never ending. No, I don't believe war is necessary at all. Basically, all war is two people, the leader of the countries. One dude doesn't like another dude, and so what do? They send all their little dudes to go kill his little dudes. But nothing ever changes because the leaders are still the same. So, no. You find violence to be entertaining to an extent? Do you believe that morality can be taught? Yeah, 100%. Do you believe that success is always a good thing? No. You can get away with breaking any laws. Excuse me. You can get away with breaking any laws that you wanted to. Would you walk around doing anything and everything you wanted? I can get away with any law that you wanted to. Probably not. Would you say that you always know right from wrong when making... No. Would you consider yourself to be an excellent judge of character? No. Are you good at telling when someone is lying? No. I never think about when someone's lying. You could tell me almost anything and I will believe you. Would you consider yourself to be a talented liar? Absolutely. Are you always honest with everyone? Nope. If you found a stray animal and bonded with it over the course of a year, only to be confronted by the owner a year later asking for the animal back, would you return it to the original owner? No. If I had found a stray animal, no collar, nothing, and took it in, and then a year later some random person shows up and they're like, hey, this is my dog, I have him chipped, everything, I'd be like, okay, good for you, fuck off. You often see the good in someone even when it isn't there. I try to. Do you believe that the difference between good and evil is only a matter of opinion? I believe there are some things that are inherently evil that there is no way to spin them as something good. So no, I don't believe it's a matter of opinion. You believe that? Yeah. 100? I mean, it's not a bad thing, but yeah. I do consider my luck to be pretty good. I've never been in a position to need to give someone mercy to that extent. Do you believe that honesty is always the best policy? No. Not at all. Yep. Have you ever broken an important promise that you knew you should? Do you believe that ignorance is bliss? Who doesn't? You don't know something, you don't have to worry about it. Yes. You ever worried life could be a test? I find your answers very interesting, Wanderer. I believe I've got to know you so much better in such a short period of time. I'd like to thank you for allowing me the opportunity. It truly has been a pleasure. As a token of my gratitude, I would like to bestow upon you a gift. This is the gift of insight, Wanderer. I will tell you what I see deep within you. Please listen to my words carefully, Wanderer, for they bear the weight of your soul. Nothing ever truly goes to plan, does it? Think about it. How many plans have you made, and how many of them have turned out exactly the way that you've wanted them to? How bothersome that can be, Wanderer. Now think about something else. Think about where you are now. Did you really need your plans to work out that way? Wait, I read that wrong. Did you really need your plans to work out the way that you wanted them to? Perhaps some of them worked out better than expected even. Perhaps some of those plans have led you to places that you never would have made it to had your plan succeeded in coming to fruition. The important thing to realize and understand is that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't understand it all the time. Every once in a while, our plans do work out now, don't they? How many times have you watched something really, really bad, and once you finally obtained it, or how many times have you wanted something really, really bad, and once you finally obtained it, it wasn't as good as you had hoped to be? Maybe that? Perhaps life has its own set of plans. Perhaps life gives us everything we need and possibly things we didn't even know we needed. Perhaps we should be grateful for everything life has not given us, for we'll never truly know what horrid destination is at the end of the road that looks so beautiful in our eyes. It's pretty good. It is important to recognize that no matter what, you're going to be okay, just as you've been all along. Of course, you're going to go through times of pain, times of suffering, but when it starts to hurt, pay close attention. For that is life attempting to teach you something you desperately need to know. Those who hurt the most are often the wisest, Wanderer. Such is the price of knowledge. Wherever you may roam, rest assured, you will find home. Whenever it is time to uplift your roots, make a change. Rest assured you will end up exactly where you need to be, whether you realize it or not. This man really loves the phrase, rest assured. Don't know if you've noticed that. Heed these words, Wanderer. It will help you on your journey forward if you let them. I want to give you one more parting gift before I take my leave. A simple gift, if you will. One singular word. That gifted word, Wanderer, is planning. Remember this word moving forward, for it will help you in ways that you couldn't possibly fathom. Trust me on that. With that, I take my leave. Till next time, Wanderer. Now, I will say, while going through the reviews, I did notice that they had, you were given a word at the end. Did not see planning in the reviews, so I'm pretty cool about that. But I saw a bunch of other ones, like helpful, hurtful, stuff like that. And it was just singular one-word things as a little descriptor. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Just skipping through all of this. Either way, this is completely free on... Wow, they have so many prompts in this game. Either way, this is completely free, and you can grab this on Steam. We're done in about 30 minutes, so not crazy. We also spent a lot of time talking. We probably could have clicked through the questions a lot faster, but wanted to explain my answers and whatnot. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you had a good time, and I hope you give the game a chance as well as check out some of their other games. So thanks for watching.